Hello, hope you're well. My name is Freddy Tabo Muerani Maretwa. I am an author of a book titled Black Heaven, White Hell. This book is talking about God and Satan. This book is talking about the characteristics of God's people and Satan's people. When God finished creating the heaven and earth and everything on it, God decided and said to his angels, "Let us create a human being in our own image and own likeness." And they went to work. And surely they created a human being. That was God's last conquest. It was after creating a human being. God said, "That's it, I'm done. I've done everything I ever wanted to do." Now, that human being had certain characteristics. He was godly, he was benevolent, he was great-hearted, bountiful, princely, unselfish, ungrudging, merciful, and ever and over and over and over and over. And when that human being was created, whom we all know, is Adam. That human being was dark skin color. He was dark skin, which is what we call today black. When I say black, like black people. And God and his angels celebrated. Unbeknown to God, Satan, who previously rioted against God and took 2/3 of God's angels with him, surreptitiously created his own human being. And that human being that Satan did had these qualities: was spiteful, hostile, malevolent, malicious, baleful, vicious, poisonous, acrimonious, splendid, all the nonsense you can think of. And as soon as God realized what Satan did, God was so angry. For the first time, God showed his other side. He became so angry that he cast Satan out of heaven. And Satan, having created his own nonsense, didn't know where to place them, because God placed us in Africa, where he placed all his treasures. And we, black people, were the custodians of those treasures. Satan put his people in our midst with those characteristics. And that was where the problem started. We are down to earth, we are humble, we are forgiving, we are not haters. We forgive. But God's people were a direct opposite of us. And Satan, knowing God the way he does, you must remember, he was God's angel. He stripped us of everything that God ever gave us. That is why we are in the situation we are today. We couldn't fight. We couldn't do evil. We couldn't do anything. We just humbled ourselves and watched everything. They came. They stole everything from us. They did us. They left us in a penury state. Extreme poverty. They didn't care, because that is what they are. They are evil. They are evil. They are wicked. And we are humble. And they made us forsake God. And we did just that. We turned our back on God. We unfortunately capitulated our sovereignty to them, which left us depopulated and in a state of extreme penury. But do you think they cared? No, they are evil. They cannot care. Their quest is to destroy us. They did everything in their power to destroy us. They sent viruses. They did what? They killed our people. They trafficked our people, throw them off the ships, feeding them to wild animals, feeding them to sea animals, raping our women, doing all sorts of things. In America, as we speak, they are systematically killing our people, lynching our people. And our people will come out in numbers, making a noise, giving a award-winning eloquent speeches, which means nothing. Reason being, they are dealing with the symptoms. They're not dealing with the cause of the problem. Because after they gave those beautiful speeches and that, the problem still stands. Tomorrow another one is killed. Until we Africans deal with the root causes of the problem, then the whites will still do whatever they do. And you find some whites who come on board feeling sympathetic towards us. No, every white person is complicit one way or another. They are, yes, you heard me right, they are complicit. They are the creation of Satan. They are the brainchild of Satan. They don't have the passion. They're just showing remorse. But deep down, you know, you can be friends with a white, best of friends. Behind your back, he'll be calling your people monkeys and what and what and what. I don't know why we find it funny when they call us monkeys, because we're a transformation of a monkey. That is why, if you look at the NBA, our black Africans, their athleticism, their acrobatic style of doing things can be related to monkeys. Yes, we are monkeys. Thank you very much for that. But I want my people, we cannot. Our people are dying at sea, in the ocean, leaving Africa, a place of manna and milk, going to Europe, looking for greener pastures, and they are living the greener pastures here. Africa is the richest. Africa has got everything one can think of. But because they steal it. They steal it. And you can't fight. You're not evil. You're washing them. You're ball washing. You can't even communicate with God. You're filling the churches, saying we are praising God. Which God are we praising? Their God or our God? Because when we praise our God, we don't praise our God like that. We let our eye off the ball. We forsake our liturgy. African ways of praising God. We must slaughter. We must do rituals. We must bend that in paper. We must talk to our ancestors, invoke the spirit of their ancestors. Invoke it. And then we can win this war. We can exterminate them. But without the involvement of our ancestors and the spirit of our ancestors, we are nothing, zero. This is just the beginning. I'm telling you, every African must resort to your ancient way of doing things. If they tell you don't go to the cemetery, you're talking to the dead while they are doing it, then we must start going to a cemetery. We must start penning in paper. We must start calling out on the spirit, invoke the spirit of our ancestors. And once our ancestors are happy, they'll communicate that with God, and you're going to find favor with God, because that is the only way you can communicate with God. You don't go direct. I don't know, I might be wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, you don't just communicate with God direct. The dead are not dead per se. Their spirit is alive and well, and their spirit will shine. White people are so evil. They don't belong anywhere. God created heaven and earth. Now, somebody is talking about hell. Where the hell does hell come from? Who created hell? Except Satan. That is why I say to you, there is no black person that will ever go to hell. We don't belong there. We belong in heaven, where our Father is. And as for white people, they'll also go to hell, to Satan, where the Father is. Black people, wake up. Let's start doing things the right way. Let's start forgetting about, forget everything and start living an ancient and primitive way. That is where we can prevail against them. That is where we can start taking control. We have a task. These things, they destroyed the world, the earth. We're talking now about global warming and that and that and that. And God trusted us. He trusted us when He placed us to be the custodians of this world. And we left it to the, and they are destroying everything. It cannot be. It just cannot be. I'm telling you here and now, it just cannot be. It's about time. I'm calling for emancipation of my people, wherever they are on the face of the earth. Be it the Haitians, the African Americans, wherever they are, the Aborigines in Australia, they must come back home, where our roots are, where their ancestors are, and we must start working. We don't have a power to destroy them. We are not evil. But at least we can reclaim everything. What they stole is fine, they can keep it. It will find its way back. And fortunately or unfortunately, we're not going to treat them the way they do treat us. Because we are decent people. We are decent. We are benevolent. Remember, we are great-hearted, bountiful. We're not going to do what they're doing to us. We've got remorse. We've got sense of purpose. What they have is a direct opposite of us. While they're godly, they're evil. So please, my book is online, Amazon, Black Heaven, White Hell. In that book, it's a complicated read because I am considering other faiths. What do they say about Satan? So I look at every faith. It's actually my own Bible, if you were to look at it from my own perspective. But it will tell you that we are better human beings than them. They did a lot of things. Read my book. You'll find a lot. Thank you.